Hi guys and welcome to today's video on study tips for your exams in 2015. I did this video last year and it was quite popular, but I did rewatch it and it was so bad. And loads of you requested a new one, so I was like, why not do an updated one? So just a little update on things that have happened since last year's video, which I will link below. Basically, the study tips that I told you guys about last year did work for me. I actually did get into university, and if you watched last year's video, you'll see that I was very skeptical that I would get the grades to get into university. But I did it, and here I am at Durham University studying law. So basically for my A-levels I got A star, A, B, B. And if you're wondering and don't want to watch last year's video, then my GCSEs I got 7 A stars and 4 A's. And yeah, I was pretty proud of my A-level results from last year because I am now here, which is where I wanted to go. So I'm just going to tell you about some study tips that helped me for my A-level revision and some that have helped me for my university law revision. And yes, without further ado, let's just get right on with the video. So the first and probably most important study tip that I have and I have been using since last year is keeping a diary. And if you're wondering, this diary I bought in Paper Source in the US. So basically I just find it so incredibly helpful to write down everything that I have that week and the work that I have to do and when it has to be in by. So in here I just basically write out my life. So I have my lectures in here, I have my essay deadlines in here, and I have my rowing schedule as well. So I just find it so helpful to be able to plan for the week. I'm someone who's really into planning and I just find it so helpful, especially for revision. So writing a revision plan in a diary is just really helpful because it will make sure that you've done all the revision before the exam. Because I am someone who hates cramming for revision. I know people that will stay in the library all night, but that's just not what I like to do. I don't like to be stressed, so I like to revise really early. So I actually kind of started my revision yesterday for my university exams, which are in May. And I know most people don't start yet, but as I already said, I do get very stressed out, so I do like to just start revision early. And I just feel like there's no disadvantage in starting early. So if you're sitting here watching this video, don't have anything to do, why don't you just start revising now? And then once you get to exam time, you'll feel really chilled out. And then the second study tip that I have is flashcards. As you can see, these are handmade ones. They're not very professional, but you can buy some flashcards on Amazon for about £4 or £5. But I personally believe, especially for humanities subjects, these are incredibly helpful. So I'm planning eventually to make flashcards for every single law module that I have, but these ones are just from contract law because I find contract law so hard. So on the front it just says the case, so this is Clark versus the Earl of Dunraven, and on the back I basically just have the significance of the case. So it was held that the act of entering was the agreement to the term. And some of the second years I've talked to said that you used to sit in bed in revision time and just look through these. So these are just really helpful if you're trying to remember a lot in subjects like history. And then my third study tip may sound incredibly strange, but it's not to study all the time. That is personally what I did at A-level. I did absolutely nothing besides studying seriously every single day. I used to come home from school about 6 o'clock. I used to have dinner, and then from 6:30 till about 9 or 9:30 I used to sit and do work. I then had only about 20 minutes and then I was going to bed, and that was not healthy at all. When I look back, I'm genuinely shocked at the amount of revision that I did. I was obviously incredibly dedicated because I wanted to go to this university and I didn't think that I was going to get into there, but it was definitely not healthy for my state of mind. So I feel like doing extracurricular activities is definitely very important during revision time. So even if it's just going for a run, watching YouTube videos, or doing yoga, which is something that I've really kind of enjoyed recently, I just feel like it's such a good way to de-stress. And just remember that exams aren't everything. I know that adults tell you that they are and that you're going to be a failure in life if you don't do well in your exams, but I really don't believe that. Obviously exam results are incredibly important, but at the same time it's all about your enthusiasm. If there's an interviewer and they have 2 candidates, one's got really good results but doesn't really seem that enthusiastic, and someone has good results and seems really enthusiastic, they will pick the second person because they'll know that they will be hard working and love their job. So just don't stress out too much. And then my third study tip is to go to the library, because I know even now when I sit in my room and I think I'm going to do work, I get majorly distracted by my laptop. I just see that I have a Facebook notification and then I click on it and then I'm on Facebook, and then I'm on Tumblr, and then I'm on YouTube, and then I realise I've spent 2 hours doing nothing. But in the library I just feel like it's so much better. There's a much more studious environment and you're surrounded by people who are working, so it kind of motivates you to work. And although it might be hard to get yourself in that library, once you're there you will do work, and then you'll be able to do the same amount of work in a less amount of time, meaning you'll have more leisure activity time, which will mean you're less stressed, which will mean you'll do better in your exams. So basically, libraries are fabulous. And then my fourth and final study tip is to find a goal and keep referring back to that goal. I feel like having a specific goal is really, really motivating, and it really drives you to revise. So obviously me getting to university was my goal, and that's why I worked so hard. And I feel like my goal for this year is to get a good 2-1. And although for law that is incredibly hard, I think if I work hard enough, I would definitely be able to do that. So yeah, goals are just really, really important. And yeah, I think that is all my study tips. I really hope they helped you. And if you have any other study tips that really help you, please comment them down below and they will definitely help me. And if you have any other video ideas for me, please comment them down below as well. And yeah, I don't think there's anything else to say. So I hope you have a wonderful day, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye, I love you.